If you're still here with me, I want to talk to you like an adult for a minute because we're about to turn the page into 2026, and a lot of people are already preparing for the new year the same way they do every year. Gym membership, diet reset, motivational quotes. And listen, getting fit matters, right? Health matters. Energy definitely matters. But if fitness is the only thing you're planning to change, you're leaving way too much on the table. Because the next chapter just isn't about how you look, it's about how you think, how you position, and how you prepare. All right? So 2026 is not the year you want to stumble into unprepared again, right? Let me explain why. We're coming out of a period where people declared everything dead. And we talking about the stock market, right? They said the consumer is cooked. Retail is finished. Tech already ran. The easy money is gone. And here's the truth. Tech is not dead. It's evolving. The days of buying anything with a circuit board and hoping it triples overnight, yeah, those right there, those days are gone, right? But the next phase of tech isn't about hype. It's about infrastructure, AI integration, efficiency, and platforms that actually make money. That's why we still talk about tech. That's why we don't just throw it away because it had a bad cycle or it's going through a rough cycle. And the same goes for retail, right? Retail isn't dead either. Let's think about that for a moment. Weak retail is dead, just like weak stock is dead, or weak tech is dead. Undifferentiated retail is dead. Retail with no pricing power is dead. But strong brands, essential goods, companies that understand inventory, margins, and consumer behaviors, those are very much alive. That's why names like Nike still matters. That's why Home Depot still matters. That's why retail is a place that you can still position intelligently, not emotionally. The problem is most people don't want to think in layers. They want a headline, right? Big headline. They want a villain. They want a reason to quit. Just give them any reason to quit. But markets don't reward drama. They reward preparation. And this is where I want to shift gears for a moment. All right. Because as we head into 2026, the real edge isn't going to be who's the loudest or who's the fastest. It's going to be who has a framework, patience, and a plan. That's why we built this ecosystem the way that we built it. YouTube is where you learn how to see the board, how earnings, politics, rates, tech, and retails connect together. Patreon, brick by brick, Patreon is where we slow it down and sharpen the thinking, where we talk through things like whether Nike is going to go up or down before earnings, where we talk about the Trump speech after the noise fades, where we step into trades like Home Depot before the crowd wakes up. But here's the part I want to say clearly again, or for the first time for that matter, Patreon is not for everyone. And that's intentional. Some people don't want weekly conversations. Some people don't want probabilities. They don't want to manage risk. They say they're too busy, right? They got a lot on their plate. They just want to play. And so if that's you, guess what? You could buy the play. No long-term commitment, no pressure, just clarity, logic, and defined risk. And if you're not ready for that yet either, that's okay, y'all. Because some of you are still at the beginning. I've been there. We all been there. You're saying, I want to understand this, but I don't want to feel stupid or overwhelmed. That's why the book exists. The book is the on ramp, and where you learn the language. It's where you build confidence before you ever risk a single dollar, right? And now let me talk about the part that matters to me the most: the kids, my kids, your kids, all of our kids collectively. Because the real tragedy isn't market losses. The real tragedy is generations being raised without financial literacy, without understanding, compounding, contracts, risk, or ownership. So, yes, we're building content to teach your kids to, not to rush them, not to turn them into traders, but to give them awareness early so they don't grow up afraid of money, so they don't repeat the same mistakes we had to learn the hard way. Why would we want that to happen? That's how cycles get broken. As we head into 2026, I want you to think bigger than resolutions. Fitness is good, it's great, but financial literacy lasts a very, very long time. Motivation is good, but positioning pays dividends. Headlines are loud, but process is quiet and powerful. Here's the path again. YouTube, you're here right now with me. YouTube is where the mindset starts. Patreon, brick by brick, Patreon is where the thinking deepens. The book is where the foundation is built. And the kids' content is where the future gets protected. You don't need to do everything. You just need to start. And if you start now, if you build patiently, if you think in years instead of days, in weeks, in months, 2026 doesn't have to be just another year you react to. It can be a year you step into alignment, your alignment, brick by brick.